Okay, I've just washed the pork tenderloin, and this is a half pork tenderloin. Now I'm just patting it dry so that I can, so it's not as slippery. And what I've done is I've prepared my work surface. I went ahead and put some cutting plates down, some plastic cutting plates, and then I took some wax paper and I put that on top just so that I can do a quick cleanup. I just take the wax paper and throw it in the garbage. Now I'm going to go ahead and start slicing this. And what I want to do is I want to slice this about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to start at this side, and I'm going to go down. And if you look at a picture of the pork roll-up, it is a spiral. So that's how I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to start here and just slice through a 1/2 inch, and then I'll continue to roll around. Let me show you here. I'm going to slice a 1/2 inch, and then I'll just continue around 1/2 inch, and then the centerpiece will open up. So it's just like you are shaving a 1/2 inch down. You want to be careful that when you get to the bottom, you're not cutting all the way through. So I'm going to start my cut here, and I'm going to just go really slow because I only want to go 1/2 inch, and I want to keep it. Let's make sure it's all on the camera. Okay. And I want to keep it a 1/2 inch slice. And I'm not going my entire blade. See what I've done? I'm going to come back a little bit here because there's some thick fat right through there. So I'm shearing down. I don't want my blade to poke out. Let's connect that in. And I'm going to end up stuffing this with some spinach and ricotta. And this is going to be for a birthday celebration for my son. So I'm going in half, pop it up here. That was giving me trouble, that fat blade. So you can see we're only about a 1/2 inch thick. That way I'm not going to have to pound this. And I'm cutting down. And it may take a few practices, but that's why if you go really, really slow. But as an artist, I'm pretty good at estimating my thicknesses as I go. And let me show you what it's looking like here. See what I'm doing? It's okay, and it's okay if it's not exactly perfect. But the key is to just go slow, and then notice what you're doing on the side here. Because you don't want it to be too thin, because then all the things that you're putting in, whatever you're going to stuff it with, is going to come out. Oops. Now, once I reach this side, I'm going to come now. I'm almost at the bottom, and you see I've left about a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. Now I'm going to come this way and back up. I'm going to keep this as my end of the roll. So let's check on this end. Okay, great. The middle I can do a little bit more. Right here. Now I'm going to come down. So here's my end. This will just become part of the roll. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to flip it over so I can see where I'm cutting down here, because I don't want to come through. So I'm coming down straight. Now this is a little, and it's going to be all pork loins because it's going to be thicker at one end and thinner at the other as it tapers. And this isn't the giant whole loin. If it was, it would be pretty long. It's a 1/2 a pork loin. So let's bring it down. And now when this is straight, okay, so here's my part of the roll that's coming this way. I need this to come down a hair more right here. So you can see it's starting to get flat now. And now I'm going to come this way, horizontal through it. So if I tip it up back on its side now, I love the wax paper cleanup because then I can just throw it away and I'm good. Okay, so here we go. Let's bring this. Because I'm not cutting into the board, that's why I did the wax paper. Now I'm going to go down straight, and I'm going to check is my cut here. I don't want it to be, ooh, good thing I checked. Let me flip it this way. Yeah. All right, I need to come over a little bit more. I want it to come down straight here. Let's check it. Yeah, that's good. Again, always keeping your same thickness. That way you have as close to the same thickness as you can. That way you have even cooking. Coming down a little bit at a time. Let's see. Okay, great. And I'm coming right through here. Okay. I'm going to have to make it a little bit thicker here. And this end's a little bit thicker down in here. So it's really not too difficult. Come on. Okay, so now I have a piece like this, and you notice this is where the butcher cut here. Now, another way to do this, which I would have thought of, is asking the meat counter guys to do this. But I didn't know what I was doing with this when I bought it. It was in the freezer. They usually will do this if you ask them, depending on where you shop. If you have one of those people. They always grind my meat, but in case they don't, here you go. Like I said, it's not too difficult. It just takes a little bit of time as you go slow. And with the cleanup that I have here, it's easier. Easier for cleanup. And I always wear rubber gloves when I'm touching raw meat. Because I'm pretty much a germophobic. And at one time we were even vegan. So this is going far for me to do this. But we have a lot of family gatherings. And actually this, who love meat, all the family members, this I may even get another round. This is pretty thick on this end. Maybe this was an extra big guy. All right, now we're coming down. And I may, because that's pretty thick. I may be able to fillet it again this way. It goes thick, but then it's thin down here. We may have been off on our, let me bring it back, but that's pretty thick. I don't want it that fat. Like I said, I want some even cooking. I'm going to flip it down one more time. This is going to be the end part where I'm tying off anyways. Okay. It's still slightly frozen here. I thawed it yesterday in the fridge and then had it just now in some water. So most of it was thawed, but I'm getting a little... We're going to make do because... There. Because people are coming in a couple hours. So here we have, let me flip it this way so you can see it now. Here we have the tenderloin. And I have a little bit of a cut here. This will expand it. So I'm going to come down to adjust. See how I've adjusted? Oh, let me see, that wasn't in camera. I've just made an extra cut here to adjust my size so that I have a nice flat piece. I'm tearing here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a patch. Slice some of this meat over there to patch it. And so now I have my nice squared off tenderloin. Let me take the gloves off so that I can show you what I've got here. Let's see. Bring it into camera. There, so I have my nice square piece of meat, and I'm going to trim. Actually, I'm going to leave this fat on because it's going to be the end fat here, because it's going to be part of the wrap when I wrap this. And all of this I'll have facing up, so all of this juices go into the meat, and then it will crisp up. And I'm also putting it on a bed of vegetables, so it's going to seep into the vegetables. But there you have it, how to cut a pork tenderloin for a roll. And what's great about this pork is you can really stuff it with anything you want, because the pork will take on the flavor of whatever you want it to do. So it could be like cheeses and spinaches like I'm going to do. You can do some artichokes in here. You can do, your tomato families, peppers, onions, tomatoes, that kind of thing. So whatever you want to do with your pork tenderloin. So that's what's great about it. Once you have it, then it's quick and easy, 45 minutes or so in the oven, and there you have your pork tenderloin stuffed wrap. And you look like a gourmet cook. Hope you enjoy the channel, and be sure to subscribe.